Come in. Hi, I'm Caroline. Are you John?
Yes, John Davidson.
Hi, why don't you have a seat?
Thank you.
Before we get started, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm the second youngest of 9 kids. My father worked for a hydraulics company and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. One of the things that they taught me growing up was that you work hard and you have a good work ethic. I know that sounds kind of cheesy. That's the belief that I've always stuck with.
I like that philosophy, John.
Thank you.
So, I see you recently completed the Adobe Expert certification.
Just last week, I finished it. It's important that you stay current with all the technology. And I'm also taking a couple night classes on leadership because that's where I really want to go. That's a goal of mine, to complete that and to get into a position where I have the opportunity to be in leadership.
Oh, that's great. So, tell me why you want to leave your current job.
To be truthful, I really love the company that I'm with now. The only problem is that it's so small. There's really no room to get more responsibility, so I'm looking to find a bigger company that I can make a bigger contribution.
Well, that's interesting. Can you tell me a little bit more about your day-to-day activities at work?
Well, right now I manage 2 of our largest accounts. I oversee everything. I have a lot of autonomy and that's really good, but at the same time, I have to take on a variety of roles. Sometimes I feel that I get overstretched and I can't really do all the roles that I have to do as well as I want to do. So last month, after we got through with a certain project, I told my boss, well, can we do a post-mortem? Look at what we did throughout the process and see if we can somehow clean it up a little bit.
Good.
To make sure that the customers were completely satisfied with what we did. That one change really helped us to identify a few things we could do better.
Great.
I'm really kind of proud of that.
Nice. Can you elaborate on how it really helped you identify what you can do better?
Oh, absolutely. The questions I've created measure not only the quality of the product, the customer service, but what could be better next time. When I specifically ask them what could be better next time, even the little things come up, such as sending them copies of the invoice. This ongoing dialogue, it really helps to build great customer relationships. So, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Absolutely. That's great. And you said you came up with this idea?
Yeah, and I know it seems kind of basic, but still, we weren't doing it, and I thought, well, and it worked out well.
Okay, so what do you know about our company?
Oh, I've been following the company for a while now, looking to see if there's any openings. You're one of the top 3 printers in the country, and you specialize in the newspaper advertisement, and you're privately owned. I like that. The more I read, the more I thought, this is the company I want to work for. And I think I could be the person for you.
Okay, that sounds great. Why don't I tell you a little bit about the job and its responsibilities? We receive the ad completed by the client. We don't design the ads, but we do check for print specifications, that all the pages are the correct size and all the pages are accounted for.
Well, actually, that sounds a lot like what I do now on a smaller scale. Besides what I mentioned, it seems that there is an opportunity to work more with the file management side.
Yes, although unlike your company, we don't have everybody doing everything, but most people are responsible for multiple tasks. We have very high expectations of everybody on the team. We are all about performance. Any error we make, we evaluate and learn from it. My supervisors meet with each employee weekly and we talk about performance, projects, goals, etc. I expect my employees to be open to feedback, learn from their mistake, be actively involved in their own development, and take responsibility for their actions. So how does that sound to you?
Actually, that sounds great. It's the kind of environment I want to work in. I don't want to make mistakes, but if I do, I want some feedback to say, hey, this is what I can fix for next time.
Okay, good. So What did you like best about your current job?
The clients. Like I said, I've been there 12 years and I have got this relationship with them that, but also there's that technology part about this job that I just love. Again, it's challenging hours, and so I'm never bored, and those are good things.
Okay, why don't you tell me what you like least about your current position?
Well, because we're such a small company, we don't really have the employees to remain really flexible. So at the last minute, people are called in, and then we're kind of scrambling to get it done, and I don't like that.
Okay, so why don't you tell me about a time that you had to handle a customer complaint or a conflict?
Actually, this just happened about 2 weeks ago. I had this customer, and she wanted a revision, and she wrote it on her copy, but not on our copy. And once I investigated, I realized that, and I called her up and I said, and explained everything to her. She was actually grateful that I had called and I had taken care of the problem this way, and even a little embarrassed, figured it out, and it all worked out well. And she's more aware next time about these kind of things.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that was worrisome for a bit.
Oh, I'm sure. So why don't you tell me about one of your strengths?
I would say organization. That's my greatest strength. And after 12 years working for this company, I've had to be organized because they have so many roles, and so that's my greatest strength. It's what my boss, has commented on, that if I weren't organized, it would be really tough. Also this awareness of the company, and I think those would be my two greatest strengths.
Mm-hmm. Okay, realizing that we all have weaknesses, what is one of yours?
Well, I sometimes think, oh, well, I can do it all.
Can you give me an example of what you mean?
Well, I've really had to learn to say, you know what, I know I can do it, and I appreciate you thinking of me for doing it, but really, I can't. I can't, because I'm working on this project, and this really needs to get done, and I'm working on that.
So, if I would talk to your boss, what would she say about your performance?
She would say what she's told me already, that I do a great job at organization, and that's one thing. But also, she would say that I'm a team player, because I really am. We're a small knit group, and I'm ready to jump in, ready to help out whenever I can, and I believe in the concept of the team. I really do.
Great. Can you tell me about some of your accomplishments?
We really didn't have a manual that had all the specifications on what needed to be done and how this was to be done. Something that puts everything down really helped us out, especially if someone, like I said, if someone goes on vacation or is sick.
Great. That's impressive. It sounds like you have a lot of initiative. Now, this position is for the night shift, right?
Oh, yes, and I'm perfectly okay with the night shift. I know how this business goes.
Also, this position requires some overtime and weekends. How do you feel about that?
It's part of the job. Overtime, it's fine.
Okay. Now let me ask you, if you can, how would you summarize for me what you're looking for in this position as an employee?
I think clear expectation. I want to know what is expected of me. What do you want from me in this job? Because with that, then we have this open communication. I want to know how I'm doing, whether it's good or bad. If we have this communication, if I know what's required of me, and we're dialoguing back and forth, then I know what to do.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I think the main thing I would want to know is, what important skills do you need from me so that I could be successful in this position?
That's a great question. You have to have great attention for detail. There's a lot of information that comes through here. You need to have good judgment. You must know when it is your decision and when it isn't. We can't assume anything. The ability to control tasks from the moment it gets here till the end. Communication. Anything else?
Oh, no. That sounds really great. After hearing all the things that you're expecting, I'm sure that in this company, I could really thrive. In fact, those are my expectations for myself as well.
Okay, that sounds great. I would like to have you back for a second and final interview. How does next Thursday, same time work?
Thursday at the same time would be great. Yeah, that way I don't have to miss any work.
Great. So if I were to offer you the job, how soon could you start?
I would like to give my employee at least 2 week notice.
The position is available now. I would like to get it filled as soon as possible.
I understand that, but I wouldn't feel comfortable if I just left. I'm sure that you would want the same respect, the same expectations from your own employees, that if they had to leave, that you would want the 2 weeks.
Absolutely. I understand.
Thank you.
Well, then I'll see you next Thursday.
Oh, looking forward to it.
It was nice meeting you.
Oh, it's nice meeting you.
Let me walk you out.
Oh, thank you.